Alright guys, your boy is back at it, with another American Truck Simulator stream. Hope you guys like the truck. We try something, try to make it look like old school. I like the look. Remember it's a family friendly channel and we will have to adhere to all the YouTube guidelines. Alright, so guys, let's get into the job market. Get a load, get on the road. Glass racks. I'm gonna carry the glass racks all the way down to Oklahoma. Right, so we was kinda on the road, guys. Just kinda pull off a little to the side. Right, let's go and pick up the load. No. Gosh, I'm not pull up good at all. I'm not pull up good. See if we can fix this. Right, we're coupled and ready to rock. Alright, let's go into the way station. Alright, we have to fall in the way station again and way up. £53,000. Let's hit the road again, guys. Yo, invincible. Everything cool. Have one, brother. I beat the road in, bro. The legend has returned, man. The shift master is back. Welcome back, shift master. Welcome back, man. Welcome back to the streets. Yesterday I had to regain your shifting skill. Alright, brother. I'm not worried for you. You're the shift master after all. I'm not worried for you, you know. You'll get back into it, man. You're back in your company. Alright, good, good, good. I sure them miss you, bro. They must be happy to get you back, my bro. You come back with the W9. Yeah, man. Good truck, bro. Alright, oh gosh. Let me see if we could go and get some food. You had some small difficulties with the shifter, but you fix it up. Alright, good. That's great. Happy to hear you sort it out. Okay, third and fifth wasn't reading. Alright. Right, I'm glad that you sort it out, bro. Glad that you figure out what's going on and fix it. Everything else runs smooth. Alright, cool. Is truck well worth it? I don't know why it's truck well. Truck well. Wonder what that is a new sim, bro. Oh, truck well Australia you're talking about? Truck well Australia. It was looking promising, but I don't like how it's looking now, bro. Which truck whole Australia speaking about? I don't like how it's looking. That's just my opinion, bro. Alright, well, we're talking about the same thing. It was looking promising, but I think it's gonna be another cookie cutter truck sim. That is just my predictions. I don't think I'm gonna be touching it. I don't think so. Oh gosh. You think they throw it out? Nah, they're not throw it out yet. The last thing I heard about it, the launch was a driving school thing there. Like a kind of alpha or beta, however, they throw out to the community for play. And people play it, they get the views and they put it down. Right? Which I find is craziness because so long they have it on the table to bring forth, and what they bring forth is a driving school. That's so, man, look here. So that is why I'm saying what I'm saying too. And from the looks of the driving school, I don't see like a vast improvement in anything that they preview initially. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not even thinking about that, bro. Trust me, bro. But you could check it for yourself too. I don't want to that is just my opinion. I don't want to persuade you wrongfully. Go check it out. Type it in on YouTube. You go see the driving school, Truckville Australia driving school. And check it out and see if you like what you see. Right? But that is just my opinion that I'm not too into it. At first I was excited for it, but then when we see what them do after all these years, cause it had a big gap where I wasn't hearing nothing. And then next thing when I hear something at a driving school story. Right? You feel the game got disappoint you? Well, I know it got disappoint me based on what I say, but check it out still. Check it out. You're not in a cost nothing for just type in and check it out to see the driving school story where they launch. You know what excited like ATS? I don't think the content will be anything close to ATS in the first place. The most I see it have is like the walk around feature where you could you have more interactions with the truck, which is good. But in terms of anything else, I don't know. David, welcome to the stream, bro. David, welcome to the stream. Hope everything good with you, bro. Thank you very much for complimenting the driving, my bro. I appreciate it, you know. If I want a guest to give me W9, not necessarily, you know. I'm good. But is there a mod for it? I'm kinda good, you know. I'm not too like fancy that. It does look nice, you know, but man, I'm good. There's a mod in the shock grade. Okay. So does the stick fit and all chock on in the W9 or though? There is one for the P too. Okay, so yeah, one for the W9 and one for the P. I'm gonna think about it. We gotta think about it. Yes, stream 8 years on Discord for a girl yesterday. What? You're not easy, bro. Bro. Women make me do some things, you know, bro. It fits some, man. She loved it. I feel I should start to do YouTube, you know. More girls gonna love it if you do YouTube. Oh boy. You make me even know that story there, bro. She was shocked when you told she that you was shifting the gas. She was amazed. She don't know much about ATS. Me understand you, bro. People come here and ask me shift the gas too, you know. Cause you see they not see me set up, so they don't know. But when thing level back out, I want to get back up the shifter cam up. For people to see me shift the gas. Thanks to the hearts, whoever dropped the hearts there. Thanks to the hearts, man. I appreciate it, you know. Fire star walk one, brother. Everything good. How life treating you, bro? Right, you're good, right? Cool. Happy to hear that, bro. Ras Mikey, walk one, brother. How you going, bro? How you going? Everything going? Everything good? Let me just show you the beast, you know. Chuck looks sick, you know. Watch it there, you know. Right, man, say everything good for now. Yeah, great, bro, great. That one like there, man. Everybody in my community good, man. Everybody good. Everybody level. Yeah, you have to say for now because you don't know what tomorrow holds on next 2 seconds. So you have to say for now. You follow Invincible. You're not saying for now because he's going to be sad, you know. He just don't know what the next 2 seconds bring. So he said for now. You understand? We hope that he gonna be for the whole evening and tomorrow too. Right? You understand me? So he's a fella where understand that anything could happen at any time. So you know what I mean? So he not say for now for say that, you know, he know things gonna get bad, you know, but he just don't know. But you know? So I get him. I follow him very, very clear. He was loading a cargo plane with a container. Yeah, first time here, brother. First time here about that, brother. I don't know. He must hear some more or something or that. Oh, he was driving into the plane. Oh, the open up plane. Yeah. Well, me going there a couple of times. I'm going there on stream a couple of times. When you're going into the cargo plane for load up, we have to back up this narrow ramp. We do that a couple of times. But I'm not good at it though. I just always fall off. Right, let's get out back on the road. Nah, it's not a mod. It's someplace in the sim. You're just going to an airport and they have your backup in there and pull off the load. But it's a very hard part though, because you have to like get straight and back it up straight. To get it up in there properly. Once you kind of come at an angle and do any kind of funny thing with it, off you go. Most time it does drop off. Right, so. But it's not a place that people like go often, so it's not an everyday thing to see in the sim, as a matter of fact. You must see one or two locations you must see in the sim, to be honest with you. Right? So it's not a regular thing. So you have a lady passenger now. You have a big fan, man. If you have a lady that is a fan of you have a big fan there, bro. But Invincible streaming on Discord have monetization, or it's just for cloud? Cause I don't know, you know. I notice every platform now I give streaming abilities. Maybe it was supplies to Jamaica he was sending. Probably. If he wanted to simulate that, well, that's what he was doing. But if he might, I doubt he have Jamaica anyway in his mind. You understand? You say it was on a call? So you are sure we are drive on a call? So you wasn't streaming it? You actually on a Discord call? Oh, she's a friend of yours. Oh, I see. Alright, my bad, bro. My bad. I misinterpret everything. Alright, bro. Or share a screen. Or say share a screen and she get to see how the shift master again. Alright, brother. We understand you, bro. It had some time I went live and somebody tell me that I watch me on Discord, you know. I don't know, like something got triggered. Because I know you could stream on Discord also. Something got triggered and me that stream on Discord too. But you know me like goals. So if Discord is just for clout, you know, I wouldn't want to stream on it. If I know that it have some kind of reward, that, you know, some goal to me to get a reward in terms of monetization and them things, they're fine. But I'm not doing anything for just doing it sake. Man must be motivated for set goals and meet goals. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, so she see how the shift master get done, man. And she love it. Yeah, man. Next thing I see, you're gonna influence you for buy a simulator. Buy a PC and get some wheel and shift and start shift like the shift master. A lot of fellas in the chat like the Kenwood. Yeah, Kenwood is a bad truck, guys. But these days I'm feeling the Pete a little bit more. I don't know why. I just feel the Pete. I find the Pete a grow up on me right now. Oh gosh, man. Let's get back in the truck and start playing. Alright, let's go and get some fuel. Right, so we're full up and ready to rock again. Let's keep on running. Bad shift, guys. Bad shift. That wasn't good. She should be the Shift Empress or the Shift Queen. No, she the Shift Empress, man. That sound better. Paul Kenwood versus Pista. Them truck, they are modded truck, bro. I'm not good. I'm staying away from modded trucks, bro. PC Gamer Boss, walk one, bro. The driving good, you know. The driving nice tonight, man. I run a wicked Peterbilt right now. Custom up, you know. Mad truck. Watch me, them modded trucks, Firestar, much I stay away from them. Right? Because when you grab up modded trucks, based on if the person like do content and thing too, they strike you for them trucks. Right? Unless you buy the truck. If it's a buy truck and you buy it, well, you get the right seat because you buy it. Or if you don't buy it and it's like a mod, yeah, you could get hit for it. And I'm not too into that. So I prefer for just get the parts on them and put them on and thing. And anytime I hear the drop an original tuning pack for this truck here, I'm not using any modded parts anymore. It's just because they not drop a tuning pack. Keep on begging us here to drop a tuning pack. They just not drop the tuning pack for the W9. For the 389, sorry. The 389. First 5 points win. You have to teach you how to drive the truck first. Oh, before I give you the name, yeah, you have to teach you. You can't give you the name and she don't know how to drive truck. Why you gotta do that? W9 or W9 Outlaw? The Outlaw is a bad truck. I like the Outlaw. Unless you're running W9 with the tuning pack. If W9 with the tuning pack, I prefer W9 with the tuning pack. But I find the Outlaw is a mad ride thing. I like the Outlaw. Alright, brother, enjoy your rest of the evening, you know. Thanks for passing through and chatting and linking up with everybody. We appreciate it, bro. Right, so the man said the Kenwood a win. Man said, ladies and gentlemen, I put a hand together for the Kenwood. So Kenwood a chuck of the year? Alright, brother. So Kenwood win the people on the mat. performance beat old talk. All the time, brother, all the time. We know that all the time, bro. But people love old talk, though. You understand me? People don't like performing, they like old talk. That's what I love. It's kind of similar to ETS, but it is an arcade title. It can't compare to ETS. It cannot, right? Because the map is fictional. The driving was okay, but in recent time they did update and it messed up the force feedback. So believe it or not, I struggle with that title right now. That is why I don't really even do much videos on it anymore. But I just decide to do one because I run out of content, right? But it was going good, but I find like it's taking a step backward. Well, Ali, welcome to the stream, brother. One Monster Gaming, welcome to the stream. Man say ATS is king driver. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, nothing can beat ATS here. Right? Right, so that was one with that the first, alright? So, but I think it's mostly 2 or 1 developer make that game there as a matter of fact. Okay? So we can't be too hard on him in any case. Right? Because I think a whole studio make oh gosh, what this one name? On the road, and believe it or not, Chocolate Logistics is better than on the road, guys. It's better than on the road. On the road have too much bugs. For how long it release. Chocolate Logistics are less bugs than on the road. Right? That made me stop playing that too. Because I used to bring that on the channel, I stop playing. Because it just not, for me, just not drivable. I don't know if other people get into with it, but I just can't make the force feedback and the wheel feel good, and I go down the road with the truck and next thing the truck just a spin out of me and man. And they adding all kind of things before they fix the driving experience. So I mean, yeah, a lot of people are playing it because the content slowed down on it. They was giving good updates too, you know, maybe one update in about 6 months or something. And then everything slowed down. Everything slowed down. So see, they not keep on adding updates and adding things. Content creators is going, because after a while it just become, you're just beating the same thing over and over, and as I say, if anything start to walk backwards too, that's the next problem. So since I met about the feedback in the wheel walk backwards, that's not good. That's not good. Right? So people go kind of, you know, slack off it because content not dropping for it. You know, nothing new to show the tube. You follow me? Yeah, people will lose interest in it if they're not updated, for sure. But the one thing though that a lot of people don't know, that game is cross play, you know. Because I play with a guy on at the damn multiplayer time, and a guy was on console and he wanted to join me. I said, I don't know if it's cross play, and he said yes it is, because sometime he must see me or something. I said alright, well find me. And he did find me and he was on console. So that game is crossplay, which is sick. You understand? So me hope when ATS and ETS go to consoles, me hope they find a way to make it crossplay. Either find a way to make it crossplay, and they only like open like 2 or 3 servers where you just have a kind of open world, something like Truckers MP with a little bit of AI in it. But it's open, man, that's gonna be sick, bro. That's gonna be sick. You understand? I hope they do that sometime in the future. Yeah, the loading feature is good. I must admit. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's okay. Only I think it have one load that has been like a wonky. Like the hitbox for that load, they kinda it does always give me problems. Right? It's a container. Right? But outside of that, the loading thing is a quite a good feature. So you think they should bring manual loading? Well, what I think the dynamic loading is all about. It's not manual, but you know, I think the dynamic loading could scratch a itch. The thing what I don't like with the dynamic loading is that it's not everywhere. I find they should implement it once you have the trailer to suit, they should implement it everywhere you go. So that man could use the feature. You follow me? That is why I don't really fight up to use it, is because it's not everywhere. So if me pick a trailer and me see, right, and it should be able to dynamic load, it should be able to dynamic load all over the map. That is a query me have with that dynamic loading thing. But to say, well, physically like manually load, I don't know if they don't have that feature in place. Remember, you have other things in the sim too. That is the reason why they do the cutscenes, because you have to get like loaders and forklifts and different things in the sim, and they don't meet that point there. Right? So they don't really think about doing that right now. If I will get this in, let me see. Once they take it, we leave it. Right, they take it, we leave it. That was a nice run, a nice long load too, you know. A long distance delivery that. And they only give you 50 grand. That didn't worth it at all. Trust me. Right, let me see what else you could get. Right. Let's see what I'm going, you know. Bronxville. How much hours? 10. I feel I should take something a little bit more modest than that. 11. I'm going, you know. Let me see what this has, you know. 5 hours. Alright. We are already cooling towers. We might be able to take one more load after this one. Alright, so let's just go load up the load now. No, we don't have to go far. We couple up. Ready to rock. Let's hit the road. The triple trailers must be once me pull that road train there. Personally, I don't like it. That's why I don't really pull it. I believe it certain places it will be challenging to park straight. I believe so. Because it have one and two of them establishment, even a double trailer does give problem. Even if you go right out to the edge of the road and try bring it in. Because there are one and two places like not really designed for bring the double, but you just have to carry it in there. Right? So I believe that the triple gonna give some problems in certain places. Australia famous for them road train there. Yeah, me know that. Because I have to carry them long distance, so you don't want to that carry no little one trailer. I go no way in Australia, long dusty outback road there depend. So they have a lot of road trains up there. Why are you talking about Chuckwell, Australia? Invincible now they asked me about it this evening. What happened to that game is that it came out with a driving school. That was the last preview anybody see on it. They released a kind of beta driving school thing. And people who was interested in getting some views, they feature it, and then that was about it. People drop it. Because it's taking too long for them to develop that game. You understand? So, like, they must be getting some difficulties with it. And even if you don't push out a game when it's supposed to come, you're supposed to keep the community intact. Tell them, listen to me, this is where we reach, this is what's going on, wherever. Always keep people informed. If you not keep people informed, everybody will forget that. By the time they talk about that again, if it's not finished, people will lose interest totally in it, and people will find it hard to buy into it too, because you don't want to buy into a game where release with bugs, number one. We've been talking about it for 10 years. Just calling a figure, because it not for be 10 years, but I know it's quite a while, right? They take too long to deliver. When they do deliver now, if it's not what people want, it's gonna be a problem, because 1-2 people go cover it and they're gonna say, yo, no fight up with that, you know. Because if it takes so long for release, from hearing about it and thing, we're gonna get the same problem. So they're not gonna follow up with the updates as they should, and the this and the that, and then it's gonna be a DOA. So I don't know what they're doing. I see plenty games do the same thing I see them doing, and they never release, because what's gonna happen is that people gonna go on Steam, and on that same driving school thing, people gonna leave bad comments. They're gonna leave bad comments, and it's gonna turn people off. So even when they do release it, people might be like, don't even waste your time on it. Waste your time. So I don't know what to do. So it could be promising. Now to me, not look promising. We're not too fancy. No. In the beginning, I was kind of hype about it, but now I'm not too fancy. When we see that driving school story there, so I'm not too fancy. And I don't know. It's for who it's gonna be for. By then, we're gonna get everything we want in an ETS and ATS. Because we're gonna get workshop and tandem and buses and you name it, road trip and this and that, and people not gonna want to go into that. You follow my I show you? And then the next thing is that how yes, I know driving in Australia could be a new thing, but how much are driving in dirt? You could just driving in some open road and some dirt road, just going. How much are that you think people will be able to take? It's just a question I'm asking. Before somebody get fed up and say, see me, let me put this down. Just a question I'm asking. But somebody might bring up the argument and say, but the same thing I'm doing at ETS and ATS. ETS and ATS I get updates regular. That is the difference. That is what keep people continue playing. Regular updates, regular map, regular changes. You understand me? Regular features. Things are come regular. Everything regular. Ah boy. So that is going to be the major difference. Yeah, it's got, well, Australia kind of dirt place, you know. It got be kind of off-road thing. But my point is this. Driving in Australia could be something nice, right? The story is how great is the driving physics. That is the thing. Because remember, you wouldn't have much to see here. And then the outback is not much to see. Right? So it's just gonna be mostly dirt and rough road and little hills and valleys, and you might get like a board bridge and to cross and them kind of stuff. Listen. Right? So the trucks have to be good. You have to get variety of trucks. The driving experience have to be good for people to say yes, it's worth it. You follow me? I don't even know if they're gonna be having multiplayer or anything. I don't know. That is the next issue. Because what extends a game to is multiplayer. Some people need multiplayer to, and they could drive it all the time once they have multiplayer. So that is the next thing. Right? If they use it from SES, nah, they have their own stuff. They have their own stuff. They can't use anything from SES. So we could bypass the way station. I'm just gonna pull up on the shoulder and change out the time. but I want to get some fuel. So where's a new YouTuber should try the driving school so they can learn a lot. Yeah, what's going on with that driving school thing? And to some extent I agree with some people have the sentiments that that was a waste of resource, right? And to some degree, may I agree with them, right? Yeah, here we're going at. SES want ETS and ATS to be a tool. That is how the driving school thing come about, right? They want it to be a tool, so they want people to be able to use the sim to train, just like how people does use flight sim for get the commands down and learn the fundamentals. It can't teach you like everything of us, like one-to-one how to fly. You can't like flying a flight sim and then just jump in a real plane and fly one-to-one. It won't happen, right? But the fundamentals, you could get it done. I think that is what SES is trying to do with the driving school, right? But in truth and in fact, right? No, I'm not good at backing up or whatever. But it has some limitations, right? In terms of, it all depends on your setup. You understand? The mirrors and them don't have the best FOV and certain things. It have certain little things where, you know, just not the way it should be, like real life, in other words. They try their best, but it is not one-to-one. So we come back to the same thing, where for the average player, it's just another add-on, right? And people think that they should have taken that time and put it into things that are more beneficial for the players on a whole. You follow what I'm saying? So even if a man jump into ATS or ETS and he don't know how to back up, he's going to learn. He's going to learn. Before driving school, how man learn for backup? You have to learn it. You have to do a lot of foolishness and learn it. Yes, driving school will help with some of the fundamentals, but it comes just like if you play Gran Turismo. People play Gran Turismo all the time, and then you still have the little quirks and the little cheats in terms of driving line and them kind of things as well. So I'm saying to say it, every sim have a gap that you can exploit. You follow what I say? So whether you do it by the book in the driving school, yes or no, it's always gonna have an exploit. Because it's a game. You follow me? A simulator. I say a simulator because some people go angry at me if I say it's a game. Right? It have exploits. You know what I mean? So yes, somebody who really want to learn how to drive truck, they could get some of the fundamentals, but at the same time, they're still in the real world. It's going to be way more difficult. But you have a lot of things that you have to learn. You understand what I say? So having it as a tool, yeah, it can work in some cases, but I'm telling you, it's not gonna be anything to say like close to the real world. That is just what I'm saying, right? In terms of orientation, like what way to turn, forget the trailer, forget what way and them thing that yeah. In terms of that, yes, that will help you. But driving a simulated truck is not like driving a real truck. Even though I just drive a truck around a yard, I never like drive a truck on the road. I drive one in a yard. And I tell you, driving a simulated truck is not like driving a real truck. Right? It come just like racing in simulation. There are so many cues that you don't get. You understand me? No matter how crazy your rig is, it could never compare to the real thing. You understand? So for sure we could take our next load. Yeah, about another 5-hour load. Alright guys, I'm entering this out. We don't want to waste so much time because I'm gonna take a good while to get that in and we're not too into that right now. Alright, so let's see if we could get our next load on the truck and keep on rocking. Alright. Alright, let me see what the job market have to offer. Rail can't mover. 3 hours. Was something a little. Let's see what I'm going with this excavator. 12 hours, not that a little too long. Alright, so we gonna go with this excavator. 5 hours, 19 minutes. I feel that's gonna be good enough to finish off the stream. So let's get it loaded up and let's put down the rubber on the road. Right, so we're going right back wrong in the corner. Hook up. Coupling up and ready to rock. Let's hit the road. No time to waste. Right, we're waiting on this light, you know. Right, we get the light. Pull off now. welcome to the stream, brother. What one? If it's John Ruda Pete, though. This is the original Pete with some mods on it. This is not John Ruda Pete. Original Pete with some mods from the Steve workshop on it. Have it looking nice and crisp like that, you know. Little fender here. Little spoiler. Well, the spoiler, I think. Yeah, I feel the spoiler come off our mod, you know. The bump and the front grill and stuff. You understand me? We can't afford no John Ruda trucks yet, bro. John Ruda trucks could sink the channel. Trucks too expensive, bro. So I forgot with the cheaper option. Thank you very much for liking the truck, my brother. Yeah, that's that bit. I appreciate it. So if I only have John Ruda cab over, okay. Hope that you're enjoying it though. Right, so we need to pull up in the way station. Right, so we have 111,000 pounds. Right, let's keep on rocking. Get back out on the road. Alright, let me see if we go get this thing and park. Alright guys, we do always get this park, eh? Alright, so at least you don't have a fence close by, so I could go in a little deep, right? Me not get it. Oh, I need to go forward a little. I might be able to get it, man. Let me see what's going on here. Yeah, man, snug, man, snug. That's how we talking about. Watch it there, you know. Yeah. Right, let's take off the truck. And let's decouple the load. Yeah, for sure next year we're making a 2,000 subs Firestar. For sure. Right, so we finished the job excellent. We collect $33,617 on the account. Thank you all for coming to the live stream. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, don't forget to big up yourself.